Fishing with my dad. Please help me out, Bryson Jackson.
The alarm went off at 4:30 in the morning, but I didn't hear it. Dad comes over. Bryson, Aaron, it's time to get up. Get dressed. Let's go. Me at age 9, my brother at age 6, we like going fishing with Dad. Well, we don't like going fishing with Dad at 4:30 in the morning. But this is our dad. This is what he does. We get dressed, and within 5 minutes, Dad grabs a cooler, grabs a fish bucket, we're out the door of our camper. We walk out of our RV campsite, and we're walking on the road. The sun's not even up yet. I can just see the outline of a couple houses, no lights on yet. We walk down the road, get to the stop sign, take a right to the marina. We walk down the very steep dock to where our boat is. Dad, zip, snap, 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 takes off the canopy of the boat. My brother and I hop in, and we immediately go right to the front of the boat, under the console, and we lay down and try to go back to sleep. Meanwhile, Dad's at the back of the boat, priming and pumping gas to the engine. Now, this is a 1978 Double Eagle boat, great ocean boat, finicky to start, but Dad knows how to do it just right. Dad comes to the front of the boat. The boat is smoking and chugging away. This is 4:30 in the morning. Peaceful, quiet. No, our boat is making a racket, waking up everybody else. The engine gets nice and warm, and Dad clicks it back into reverse, backs out of the spot, puts it forward, and away we go, trolling very slowly out of the marina, just making a little bit of a wake behind us. He passes a couple boats, gets away from a lot of the obstacles, a little bit more speed, and now we're coming into the inlet, leading up to the open ocean. Floors it right down, and the front of the boat just lifts up in the air. Now I feel like the boat's going to come over on top of us, but all of a sudden he gets enough speed, and the boat planes flat. We are now cutting through that glassy, smooth water. We're taking a slow right out of the inlet towards the open ocean. I say, Dad, where are we going? He says, we're going where the big fish are. We're going where the big fish are. You see, I know how to get from the marina to the lighthouse up on the left. Beyond that, I'm lost. But Dad knows the way. We're going to a place called Third Rock. Now we're on the east coast of Vancouver Island, in a little place called Bowser Bay, heading towards Texada Island, near Powell River, near the mainland. It's a long way out. I can see the lighthouse passes on our left, and now we're in open water. And I'm laying there on the floor of the boat, my dad's feet there, my brother behind me, and I can feel the boat lift up. These aren't waves, but these are big rollers on an otherwise smooth surface. I can feel the boat lift up and come down, lift up and come down. I'm waiting for this to end. And all of a sudden, the engine goes quiet. Off goes the key, and Dad says, okay boys, let's go catch some fish. Come on here, I'll show you what we're going to use. The three of us are hunkered down at the back of the boat. He says, okay, we're using a pink hoochie. Now if you don't know, a pink hoochie is a rubber squid-looking thing. So we're down here, the pink hoochie. Okay boys, I want you to put this down at 70 feet, no deeper. 70 feet is where the big fish are. Wow. Now I know what to do from here. I grab my rod, I attach my hoochie to the line, put the rod in its holder, cast out a few feet, go to my downrigger, which will sink the line down to 70 feet, click onto the line, take off the brake, down it goes. 70 feet, lock it off. 1, 2, 3 lines in the water, and then we wait for the fish to bite. We wait for the fish to bite. Okay, it's going to be a while. The fish take some time to bite. It might be 6 o'clock now, the sun's coming out, it's getting a bit brighter. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait. There is nobody out there, just us, Dad and his 2 boys. It's now about 8 o'clock and we're getting kind of hungry, it's time for breakfast. Dad opens the cooler, tosses my brother and I, Orange Crush, orange juice in the morning. Dad also brings out his can, not of Orange Crush, a fermented beverage, I believe. Cheers, and down it goes. He brings out his salami. He brings out his pepperoni. He brings out the sandwiches made the night before. We're having breakfast on open water. It's fairly calm, just a little bit of a roll in the waves. We're trolling along nice and slow. Dad's at the front of the boat, trolling along slowly, seeing where we're going. My brother and I are facing backwards towards the fishing lines. You know when a fish is on when the line starts bouncing. Having my sandwich, drinking my orange crush, my line starts going. And before I can say, Dad, fish on, my dad is turned around, throws his boat back, runs to the line, picks up, and he starts reeling that fish in. Now, when the fish starts running away from the boat, you have to let it go. You can't reel. Zzz, the line's screaming, and the fish is taken off down away from the boat. Then he starts reeling the fish in again, and it takes off again. Zzz, and then he starts reeling the fish back in. Says, "Here, Bryson, this one's yours." I grab the line. I start reeling that fish in. And my dad's on his toes. "Don't lose the fish. No reeling faster. No let it run. No reeling faster. No let it run. Aaron, grab the net." It's my 6-year-old brother, 6-foot net. He's trying to get the net in the water. I grab the fish. "Don't lose the fish. Don't lose the fish," my dad's saying. So I get the fish in close to the boat. My brother scoops it and lands on the deck. "Good job, boys. You got the fish." 2 minutes later, that line is back in the water. 1, 2, 3 lines in the water. And in the next 2 minutes, we are hit. 1, 2, 3 lines are bouncing away. Wouldn't you believe it, in 26 minutes, we maxed out. In the 90s, and max out on a fishing day means 4 fish per person per day. In 26 minutes, we had 12 fish in that boat. Those were some good days. And I was reminiscing this past weekend about these memories, these fun times we had in Bowser in Deep Bay on Vancouver Island every summer in June. Fishing with Dad. And I realized Dad wasn't teaching us lessons about fishing. He was teaching us lessons about life. Get up early. Get up early. Have a plan. Know where you're going. Dad knew the way to where the big fish are. He knew to follow navigation buoys. He knew where to avoid the rocks above the surface, and he knew where the dangers were below the surface. Have a plan and know where you're going. Go where the big fish are. To catch the big fish, you need to go where the big fish are. Dad wasn't teaching us lessons about fishing. These are lessons about life. There's the boat. It's our BC Line boat, orange and brown. Looks the same today, still runs as good as it did back in the 90s. That's you know who. My brother, Aaron, and I. That's the big fish.